How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Table Takes. I'm so excited to be back with all of you once again after Gen Con. Wow, what a great event this year. This was absolutely one of my favorites. We did so much stuff, we had so much fun, but now we're back. We're back to talk about all the board game news, all of the tabletop industry news. We even have a couple of things we're going to be like recapping from Gen Con as well. But before we get into all of that, how's everybody been doing? We've had 2 weeks. We've had to recover. So why don't we start with Peter? How you been?
I'm doing great. I am recovered. Yes, I'm officially recovered from Gen Con. And it has been like usually August, we try to plan like, okay, not much happens in August because we go to Gen Con, we get exhausted, worn out, maybe sick. We come home and but we came back and it is a busy August. I don't know what the heck happened, but I got a film shoot next week. We have a Gen Con TV party next week. It's yeah, I'm playing games and getting crazy, getting wacko.
Absolutely. I'm very excited to see everybody in person for a little while. It's going to be one of the first times in a long time that we've actually done that in Seattle. So that's going to be really fun. Thanks for staying so busy for all of us, Peter. We appreciate
Yeah, it's good. I love you.
it. Noir, how about you? What have you been up to the last couple weeks since Gen Con?
I did two cons back to back,
Oh.
and I'm so thoroughly tired. Hey, you think when you come back, you're like, all right, I'm gonna rest and recover, but then you go to your day job, and they're like, where you been? Work.
Yeah.
So no, I've been regulating back into the day to day of daily minutia, and just enjoying the vibes.
Excellent. Did you grab any fun stuff? I mean, that's a lot of conventions. I'm sure you got something, right?
Yeah, I may have been financially irresponsible at Gen Con
Yeah.
and paid the most amount of money for one piece of clothing that I have ever paid.
Wow.
I got
Okay.
another Star Trek jacket.
Oh, of
Oh
course.
yeah.
Of course. I actually got my first a piece of cosplay apparel at Gen Con
Oh,
this year. I'm excited to show you guys. But hey, Bonsai, what have you been up to last couple weeks?
Well, I've just been getting the cuddles with my puppos and for the babies, getting all that in and getting back into like coming back and saving my partner from them, and organizing the house again. I actually have been organizing the house. I can now walk through my garage, which is a huge improvement from what it was before. So I'm getting things done. Also, I got back into making customized shoes, so I have my next shoe already coming out.
Wow.
It's not done. I just got the floaty bits. It's a gelatinous cube shoe. So I have one of them.
Oh,
I'm gonna color this one green and the other one blue because people are like, is the gelatinous cube green or is it blue? And then I got some other substances to put on there to make it look gooey.
and
So
what I gotta do to get a pair of Air Bonsais?
you just gotta give me the shoes in your size and I'll go tell me what you want. And I'll
The,
paint them.
the cubes are they're transparent, bonsai.
It's gonna look cool, okay? Just give it a try.
I don't like the sound of a transparent shoe. I don't know if I like that.
You know jelly shoes
I
as a
didn't
kid?
say the shoes. I talked about the gelatinous cube. The whole point was you don't see it in the you're walking down the corridor, all of a sudden
Right,
it's
right.
stuck in it. Ugh.
Oh snap! I never thought about that. Oh wait. I always
Oh
thought it was.
yeah, but in the books they're yellow, they're either green or they're blue. Peter,
Well,
Oh.
there's like a dire
conflicting.
gelatinous cube.
And on your shirt, it's also green. You see what I did
Yeah.
there?
See?
JVI, you're the host. Save us from this discussion.
Don't worry, I got you, Peter. What have I been up to last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
I've been absolutely slammed with work. You're gonna be so proud. I went to the doctor. I don't ever do that. So I managed to actually set up an appointment. So yeah, everything's a-okay in that department. I've been climbing a lot, working a lot. I got a little injury in my middle finger, so unfortunate. But it's good because I'm a teacher. I teach rock climbing, so it's probably better for me to let them do the climbing a lot more anyway. I learned a lot from that as well. They got a big indoor rock climbing competition coming up later in October called Boulder Fest. So I'm gonna try to sign up for that and actually compete once I'm feeling better. So start practicing now. All
Yay.
right. Well, that's what all of us have been doing since Gen Con. But what did we all get up to at Gen Con? Let's talk about that. Bonsai, why don't you lead us into this first headline here?
Yeah. So now that we have time to recuperate, I don't know if you guys heard there was like an event like maybe a week or two ago called Gen Con, biggest board game convention here in the world, I think. Yeah. And you know, a lot of folks who love board games, RPG, and all that stuff. We even had like a 50th anniversary. Somebody was like really, really, really like getting all the panels for, so maybe they want to talk about. So I just wanted to know, what are some of your favorite hauls from this event, from Gen Con, and what cool things did you do? I know one that Javion is probably gonna geek out about because it was his best part of the event. But let's go ahead and start with you, Peter. What did you end up doing your con?
Well, okay, so we did have some panels. We had a whole collection of panels about celebrating 50 years of Dungeons and Dragons, and I organized the panels, but I was going to be on the panels, but I got COVID, and so on the first day of the convention, so I didn't get to actually be on any of the panels, which was kind of a bummer, but so I enjoyed the rest of the convention from my suite in the Hyatt Hotel, and my wife was there to take care of me. But we did get a couple cool games. We got this game, let's see, we got French Quarter, which is a roll and write game, and it's a lot of fun. We've played it like 5 times already since we got back, where you basically go around New Orleans and party, eat, go shopping, go to the mystery tour. We also got Undergrove, which
Ooh.
is new game by Elizabeth Hargrave, and it's excellent. I actually like it better than Wingspan. So far.
Oh.
So it has the signature Lisa Hargrave, beautiful graphics, elegant game design, very much into nature and stuff. This is about the fungus, what do they call it? Metriozoical relationship between mushrooms and Douglas fir trees in the Pacific Northwest of the United States, which is
Oh.
where I live. So hey, it's kind of cool. And we also got the game Hi-Fi, but I don't have it handy. I would show you to you, but it looks like a record stereo. It's just kind of cool. Mycological. Thank you. Thank you,
There we
Anita.
go. There we go.
Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and show you off what I got, and I got this for very serious reasons, not because it's very cute animals and all of the characters plus the villains are all pun names. It's the game I got.
Oh yes,
Flock Together.
that was so fun.
Yeah, we ended up playing it. Did like also with all the like Gen Con crew afterwards. We didn't get to finish it because I had to leave for my flight, but it was still a very, very fun game where you play all as chickens, trying to level up by eating and laying eggs, and you have to like battle all of these like predators so they don't eat you. And of course, as the years go by, the predators also level up. So it's a very like work together to defeat a cause kind of thing. And I super like if you have like if you're into role playing but don't want to actually have to do a session, and you also like games that are very what is it called? Not Undertale. I can't remember what it is, but this is a good game. I like it, and it is very punny. As it puns.
Definitely was a great choice.
And also, one of the big things that I really enjoyed, of course, is doing some of the live streams with folks,
You did
some of the
so
IRL
many?
stuff. Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and also doing the Elf Song's big Baldur's Gate party bash. That was fun.
Oh my gosh, I still have that contract that we signed.
Yeah.
That was fun. All the side quests.
What about you two? What are your hauls?
Noir.
Oh, okay. Let me go get the thing.
Okay, Noir's gonna go get the thing. Hold on, it's probably a big thing. So.
Oh,
it's
it's going to
not.
be a Star Trek jacket, I bet.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's somewhere else. Okay, here we go.
Oh, there it is. I'm gonna
So
guess
It's
a bunch
heavy.
of dice.
I bought I filled another bag up with dice, so these are all new.
Nice. Oh wow. Okay, a
Oh,
whole
that's
bag.
a huge bag.
A shout out to the lovely people at Modifius. I got the Star Trek Second Edition book.
Oh, cool.
Um, I'm so excited. I've got the Marvel Multiverse Core book, and
Okay, there you go.
this came out at Gen Con, the Marvel Multiverse X-Men expansion.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We were talking about that actually on a lot of the live streams. There's a lot of Marvel stuff going on that weekend.
Yeah, and I might have gotten duped into getting back into Magic.
Oh,
Somebody,
really?
a friend of mine bought me a deck, and now the addiction's back and it's stronger than
Oh
ever.
no.
My plan was to teach all of you guys Lorcana at Gen Con this year, and it was foiled. And now I hear you're getting back into Magic.
Oh, I don't want to play Lorcana. You see how I interrupted you? I love being able to do that. So I'm just kidding. You know I love you. And this is the last thing I got, which is Ashton Greymore, the Talus's character from this season of Critical Role. It's a little statue, and I'm just very happy to have it. A good friend of mine from production, and Gen Con this year gave it to me. Thank you very much, AJ, aka Who's Your Kid.
Yeah,
Meant a lot.
that's awesome. I should have kept that a Critical Role miniature of Ashton that people were trying to like give away. That might be the one actually. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure this is
That's
it.
the one.
Like I wasn't able to do the production thing like we usually do at the end of every year this year. So like this was kind of like a hey, you're still part of the team kind of deal
Oh,
gift.
that's great.
And it was real sweet.
That is sweet. Yeah, so I got a bunch of stuff at Gen Con this year. I got to do True Dungeon for one of the first time since like 2021. Like that time, it was kind of harrowing and it was kind of makeshift. And it was here in Seattle, but I never done it at Gen Con before. I also got to play the Temple of the Dune Viper adventure, which is set in the world of Chaldea, which it was really really cool to see like a lot of the details getting popping up and stuff like that, all the monsters we were fighting, everything, all the puzzles. I also picked up a lot of games. I picked up River Valley Glassworks, which is super fun. I was shocked. I was taken aback. I couldn't believe how fun this one was. You play as all these little critters, and of course, I always pick the turtle. And you get to take glass from the river, put glass back into the river, take glass from the lake, and you're trying to like build, well, your glassworks, your big glass company. It's really fun. It's really fast. Oh my gosh, we played like 2-3 games in like 20 minutes. It was awesome. Another huge hit was Things and Rings. Everybody seemed to love this game. Oh my gosh. It's really just like putting things in categories, but who knew? Everybody likes doing that, right? And then of course, I can't not show it off. It's the Queen. It's my first enchanted card. It's really hard to see because it's so shiny. But this is it was the last card of the last pack, and it's the rarest possible kind of card you can get. The Queen is actually, as far as enchanted cards go, not the most rare. That would be Elsa. But I got this one from playing in the Lorcana tournament. I played 6 rounds. I won 4 of them. I'm pretty proud. I didn't get the play mat or anything, but I got some fun Scrooge McDuck promos and stuff like that. So I'm still, that's right, still a big Lorcana fan. And now I need to go and collect all the new starter decks for Shimmering Skies, which is the new set that came out a week after Gen Con, which I'm still upset about. Everybody was like, oh yeah, they're gonna release it early at Gen Con. You're gonna see set 5 at Gen Con. You're gonna be big lines all over the place. Not this year. So you had to go to D23 apparently. Anyway, enough of me. Enough of me complaining.
If you don't mind, I actually also want to show one more thing that I got because
Yeah.
I couldn't take posters because they wouldn't stay flat. I wanted to get more posters. I'll just have to go to local places. But to support my artist friends, I did get a bunch of stickers, and this year they had the big stickers this year. Like they took up so many pages. So I just show off some of the stickers. Yeah, they're appropriate stickers just in case. And stuff.
There's a lot of
And yeah,
exclusive ones there too.
We're
That's
gonna have to talk about what inappropriate stickers you might have in there, bud.
it's not inappropriate. It's just that no, it's appropriate. It's covered all the bits, but you know, just in case, I cover pretty ladies. But yes,
Okay.
look at all that. Look at that. I got so many, and like I said, they were so big. All of the stickers, good pricing too. Not that expensive at all, but for high quality stickers and very punny stickers as well.
You really have a lot of stickers, Bonsai. Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, I collect stickers. This is what I do when I go to
That's
cons.
awesome.
I collect stickers. This is
I
like
do
only
too. I have
partial of my sticker booklet. See,
capybaras,
I
my
have so
marshmallows.
many stickers.
Can I show one last thing?
Okay, go ahead,
Yeah.
Noir.
Last thing, I promise. It's a new tradition I started. I buy core rule books of games that I played, and when I meet up with people that I've played those games with at Gen Con, I have them sign their name as themselves and their characters.
Oh, that's
and just
cool.
write a little something. I don't understand why we stopped doing that after yearbooks, so I'm
Yeah,
bringing it back.
Yeah.
I'm
Bring
bringing
it
it back.
back.
I highly recommend you do the same because I didn't read them until I got back home and I ugly cried. Like I just watched The Notebook.
Aw, that's great.
I knew you had a heart, Noir. I knew.
It's deep down there somewhere. Who knew?
This was lovely. I'm so glad everybody got to have such a good fun time at Gen Con and brought so many things back with us. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for next year. I don't know how we're going to top it from this year, but I'm excited to find out. Let's go ahead and move right along now into what y'all came for. The headlines. Let's talk about the board game news. And we have an exclusive article written just for us by Alex Meehan of TableTakes. That's right. And Peter, why don't you tell us all about it?
Yes, that's right. This feature is brought to us by Gen Con writer Alex Meehan. Shadow Dark, a tabletop role-playing game inspired by old school adventure games, has taken home a total of 4 Ennie awards. The Ennie Awards, or Ennies, are a series of accolades given out to tabletop role-playing games and their creators in recognition of their achievements in specific categories. The categories are voted on by a panel of judges from across the TTRPG industry before the finalists are then chosen by the public. The Ennies were first created and hosted by the tabletop RPG-focused website Ian World back in 2001, before expanding from an online-only awards series to an entire awards show, which takes place at Gen Con every year. Past winners of the Ennie Awards include the likes of Fabula Ultima, a tabletop RPG inspired by classic Japanese role-playing video games, Sophic Dueling RPG Thirsty Sword Lesbians, Alice is Missing, a role-playing game played entirely through text chat, and the official RPG based on the Alien film franchise. The Ennies are split into a collection of categories, each intended to give recognition to a different format of game or type of product, including the top prize best game, as well as best adventure, and so on. Outside of the accolades given to publishers, the Ennie Awards also recognize homebrew content created by the communities and fans alongside role-playing game-related streaming content. Okay, so the awards for this year include as follows. The 2024 gold medal winners and their publishers. Best Adventure Long Form, Delta Green, God's Teeth. Best Adventure Short Form, Eat the Reich. Best Aid Accessory, Digital Legend Keeper. The Best Non-Digital Accessory, Arkham Investigator's Wallet. Best Cover Art and Best Interior Art, both awards went to Eat the Reich by artist Will Kirkby. Best Cartographer for the Dragonbane core set. The Best Community Content, Call of Cthulhu, Lost Hobos, and the Wolves of Carcosa. Best Family Game, 2 winners, Break and Rivers of London. Best Game, period, Shadow Dark. Best Layout and Design, also Shadow Dark. Best Monster / Adversary, a tie between Monstrous and Warhammer 40K Wrath and Glory Threat Assessment. Best Online Content, Alexandrian, best production values, Arkham's Investigator's Wallet, best RPG related product, So You Want to Be a Game Master, best rules, Shadow Dark RPG, best setting, Pathfinder Lost Omens, best streaming content, The Party, best supplement, Alien RPG, Building Better Worlds. I don't trust that. Best writing, Call of Cthulhu, Alone Against the Static, Product of the Year, Shadow Dark RPG, Publisher of the Year, Free League Publishing, publishers of the Alien RPG. So congratulations to all of the publishers, game designers, artists, cartographers, and crew who made these great products I think it's great that we as an industry pause and recognize your excellent work.
Thank you so much, Peter. I'm listening to you. I'm hearing a lot of spooky stuff. I heard Shadow Dark, I heard Alien. I had to look up the Arkham Investigator's Wallet because I am a big fan of RPG accessories. Anything that like brings something to the table that's gonna make the game a little bit more immersive. Did they used to make big wallets like this, or is this just something that's designed for Arkham Investigators? Because wow, this is huge, and I want to carry a big wallet now.
Yeah, well, I carry a man purse.
Oh.
But it's also more spooky. That's a Call of Cthulhu stuff right there. Well, it might be. It's part of the mythos. So
Yeah. H.P. Lovecraft's Historical Society. Yes.
yeah.
This is really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff on here. Well, I love stuff like this when it gets announced, when we talk about awards and everything. It's a great opportunity to learn about something maybe wasn't on your radar, but that's what these connoisseurs are here for, to curate. What are you gonna say, Nora?
Oh no, I agree. I just took a look at that Arkham wallet, and I'm like, I want it.
Yeah.
I want it real
I hate
bad.
my wallet now. It can't hold nearly as much as this. This is awesome. But this is actually for the RPG, so this is a little different. Okay. Holding like train tickets and fake money and stuff. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Peter, and thanks again to Alex Meehan for writing this article for us. Let's go ahead and roll right into some more D&D, sorry, RPG stuff. Noir, why don't you tell us more?
Hey, so Astarion's Thirst cards have been revealed for Magic the Gathering's 50th anniversary D&D Secret Lair. And while it's called Astarion's Thirst, really these cards are made for your thirst. That's right, everybody's favorite vampire from Baldur's Gate 3 is getting his own set of 5 cards included in the Astarion's Thirst Secret Lair, which is arriving August 27th, alongside 4 other Dungeons and Dragon themed Secret Lair drops as part of the 50th anniversary celebration of the legendary TTRPG. The rest of the cards featured in the Secret Lair drops are still unknown, but below there is a list of all the cards revealed, and I'm just gonna start listing them off for you. So we have Astarion the Descendant, which is Astarion himself with a rather bogus combination of abilities, Death Touch and Lifelink. On top of the ability to make target opponent lose life equal to the amount of life they've lost this turn, or the ability to gain life equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. So I hate this guy. I hate him even more than I did in the game. Exquisite Blood. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Oh, they brought this back. Ew. I'm sorry. What I mean is Exquisite Blood. Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Sanguine Blood. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. I need y'all to understand, if you stack all these cards together, the devastation you bring to the table. Anguished Unmaking, exile target non-land permanent, and you lose 3 life. And finally, Mortify, destroy target creature or enchantment. All classic cards. Now with the Baldur's Gate 3 touch and featuring everybody's favorite rogue elf vampire. Get your hands on them August 27th. I will be disgusted if I see you with any of these in your deck, and I'll do everything in my power to destroy you.
Disgusted because of the art or disgusted because of the actual
No, the art is beautiful. I hate the cards. Like, I hate life drain decks with a passion. I hate anything that goes, you lost 1 life, so I gained 6. Like that. No, I don't like it. Make it stop.
All right,
Stardown's great though.
So Noir says, build this deck. Favorite to challenge. All right, cool.
But that's everything on Astarion's Thirst. Well, what do you all think? Have you played Baldur's Gate? Do you play Magic? I know we have Lorcana players here. What do you think about these cards, and what would be the Lorcana equivalent?
I want to play. I really want to play Baldur's Gate 3. I haven't done it yet, but it's like, oh man, I really want to do it. And of course, I do play Magic, but I'm stuck in the 90s. I'm sorry, I'm stuck in the 90s when it comes to Magic.
I thought when I first started playing Magic that Phage the Untouchable would be the strongest card forever, because if she hit you once, you just lose. But now they've made games where you wish you died. In the game.
All right. No, I get it. I was just saying. I will say, I know this is a lot of people are gonna hate on me about this, but I just don't. I think Astarion's kind of like a little whiny. Just my opinion.
Thank you. Yes. Oh
just
gosh. I didn't want to say anything because everybody loves Baldur's Gate 3 and all the characters so good. But yeah, no, he's a little whiny. I didn't want him in my party. I let him kill me just to have like a reason to get rid of him when I was playing in the game. So I was like, I want to see what happens. Let him be evil and stuff. Okay, great. Now I can get rid of him. Because I was playing multiplayer and I needed to like have like a good reason
for
other people to get rid of him.
You're a Karlach stan. All right, who do you stan, JBI?
What's her name? She's like the gift that you
meet. Lizelle?
Yeah. She's my best. She's my bestie. She's the best. I love her. She knows what she wants, and she like doesn't let anybody like stop her or get in her way. And she's like, if you don't want it, I'm gonna do it myself. No spoilers. Okay, so there we got some more Magic the Gathering news for folks. Another addition to something people love. Folks, my boyfriend has accused me of being overdramatic. Now, instead of litigating in the court of public opinion, I decided, why not just lean in? Marcus, bring me my soapbox, please. Oh my god, we get it. You think trains are cool. So overrated. All right. So here's the thing. If you know me, you know how much I love not just accessories, but organizers for board games. Okay. I've got a ton of broken token stuff to like hold all of my bits and pieces nice and snug inside my board games. And anytime anybody brings out a big box for a board game, I always snag it because I'm like, I'll be able to fit all of the many things that I've already purchased inside it. Oh, great. Perfect example of this, Space Base. But even Space Base, my favorite board game, is not exempt from one cardinal sin. If you make a board game and then you make expansions and then you make a big box, that means you're done. That means it's over. The big box was created to hold everything that you bought. You don't get to keep making expansions. You're telling me that now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do next? You're going to make Big Box 2? That doesn't make any sense.
Bigger box?
All of that is to say, just announced here through Board Game Geek News, thanks to W. Eric Martin, we have a bunch of new expansions for games like Arc Nova, Robo Rally, and Dune Imperium, which already has a big box, and they're still making expansions. So I guess we'll just wait to see if they make a second big box. Dune Imperium is absolutely one of, if not the most popular deck building games of the last couple of years. And it's made evident by the insane amounts of people who not only bought the digital version to play, but have swarmed retail stores to pick up all of the expansions that they keep coming out with, including their sequel. So now we've got Dune Imperium Bloodlines, which is designed for 1 to 4 players, and it's due in 2025, next year, where you'll be seeing lots of the great houses of the Imperium with plots unfolding over generations as emperors build dynasties, and the Bene Gesserit weave prophecy into reality. So it might even end up a little bit more similar to the Dune base game that we saw get its remake a few years ago as well. The Ark Nova Zoo Map Pack 2 is going to be revealed at Spiel Essen 24, which is actually going to be in October later this year in Germany, with a retail release to follow. It's going to have 4 game boards with the same design on one side of all 4 game boards, so you can compete with the same layout and with 4 different zoo boards with new and interesting abilities on the opposite side of these game boards. Now, one game that we see at Gen Con every single year, but we always see it in its large version, is Robo Rally, proving that people are very much still excited about this game that came out back in the 1990s. So yeah, now we are going to be seeing Robo Rally Contamination, which is a re-implementation of 1998's Robo Rally Radioactive, as well as Robo Rally Turn and Burn, which is a re-implementation of 1997's Robo Rally Grand Prix. So we got a lot of Robo Rally content, a lot of expansions for games that people are very, very excited about. So very much looking forward to seeing all these new expansions hitting the game tables and retail stores, not just this year, but next as well.
Hey, can I just throw in? I have a fond space in my heart for Robo Rally. It is the game that brought Richard Garfield and me together.
You know what they need?
What?
They need a big box. They need a big box for all the Robo Rally expansions. I don't know if there is one, but they definitely need one because there's a lot of
Robo Rally big box. Yeah, I agree. It should be the
Could I-
factory box, right? The
Yeah,
factory
exactly. The factory box.
Javion, can I borrow your soapbox just for a moment?
Yeah,
Just for a
please.
moment. Because I saw the Ark Nova expansion. They're going to give us maps, but the way they stated it doesn't make any sense. They said, oh, we're going to be giving 5 maps for 4 players. So the maps, by the way, if you don't play Ark Nova, has 2 different sides to it. And 5 does not break down into 2-sided papers. It would make more sense if they were printing 6 maps or 8 maps and doing it for 4 players. So does this mean that if I buy that expansion, there might be a point where I might not get one of the layers or one of the new maps? Okay, I already bought their first expansion map pack and their Marine World expansion. So I need to know, you need to make sense. The math isn't mathing. Math's not mathing. Thank you.
Bobby's going downhill, man.
Thank you, Austin.
I just like to say that everything's fine with me. I don't need the box.
Do you play Dune Imperium? Do you have any of the expansions?
What about
Wouldn't it
Space
be
Base?
crazy if they made
about Ark
a
Nova?
whole box?
I'm
Don't
just
tell me you don't
saying.
play Ark Nova.
Making stuff that
I
doesn't
know.
fit in the box. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I'm waiting till they come out with the biggest box because then it's done.
Biggest box. Yeah.
You can always get big box, bigger box, but once you do biggest box, it's done.
Biggest box for now. That should be what it's called.
Look, I'm happy. People are getting big boxes for their board game shelves. But what about me and my little old studio apartment? I'm gonna keep buying it, but I'm not gonna have anywhere to go.
I am walking in and grabbing the soapbox and leaving set with it.
Okay. Thank you, Peter. I guess that means it's time to move on to our next headline here about something a little bit smaller. Bonsai, tell us more.
Yes, so I don't know if you heard the news. If you are part of the Lego VIP club like me, you've probably heard that Lego announced earlier this year that they're going to be releasing a set of 12 D&D themed minifigs, and now the release date is just around the corner because you can pre-order it on the Lego site. But the minifigs are being sold separately for a $5 mystery box, including figures as the Planescape Lady of Pain, a Mind Flayer, a Halfling Druid, and a Tiefling Sorcerer. So this is going to be a combined news. The real meat of the news, of course, if you wanted to get the minifigs, awesome. You just have to squeeze all the little bags to hopefully get the one you want. But thank you to Mike Didymus for this article coming up, is that LEGO has recently announced they have entered a multi-year partnership with Asmodee to build a joint board game studio called Dotted Games. So LEGO has previously produced board games, with their oldest being from 1948, and the most recent coming between 2009, 2013, and they have been considering getting back into the board game industry before the pandemic hit. And of course, the pandemic making distribution operations kind of hard. So they ended up putting that on hold until now. But with this Asmodee's partnership, they are ready to take another shot. The first two games have announced called Monkey Palace, which offers an innovative mix of classic board game mechanics with the creative use of Lego bricks, and Brick Like this Lego party game. So Dotted Games and Asmodee are looking to develop more family weight games to take advantage of the Lego building as part of their building mechanics. So if you are a board game designer and love Legos, they are right now accepting ideas from folks if you have a cool enough concept of a board game that can be made with Lego.
Wow,
So
this is awesome.
yeah. So what do you guys think with this partnership, and also with the minifigs, all the minifigs?
I was wrong. I think I might need that soapbox.
Uh-oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay, this soapbox is just getting like passed around the studio now. Okay, go ahead,
I
Nora.
I remember back in my day when if you used the Lego as a miniature, you were a broke boy. Like people would make fun of you because you didn't have the cool painted figures. You're walking around with the little Lego figure. And now it's cool. I think not. No, you are not going to hipsterify Lego minifigs on a battle map. That is what's next. We're going to have fashionista gummy bears as little gummy minifigures. Wait, we already did a Kickstarter on that. It's already happened. I don't like this.
Somebody say gummies?
My man.
New ideas for Saturday.
Thank you, Noir. I feel pretty validated that I'm not the only one who has gripes with people making things. I don't have any ideas for board games to be made with Legos, but I am very, very excited that more toys are getting put into board games, because like I said the last time we did Table Takes, I think those are the things that are like really exciting to me about board games, is when we're combining lots of toys and like gimmicky things. I know people like to gripe about like, oh, it's just, a big hamster wheel. No, I think those things being added to games is really cool. I like the idea of like building Legos in the middle of like playing a board game. I think that's awesome. Great, glad to see it. Everybody agrees. We're gonna go ahead and move on now.
I'm still just seething over the Legos. You can move on.
I'm just confused.
Okay. Noir, why don't you tell us all about this new RPG system? And might I say, I might pleasantly surprise you with my interest in this one. Go for it.
All right, well, let's find out. Renegade Game Studios announces Welcome to Night Vale, the RPG. The crowdfunding campaign is coming to Backer Kit. And it's coming to Backer Kit on October 1st, 2024. Very thematic for the subject matter, I might say. So it was unveiled at Renegade's media event at Gen Con 2023. And it's based on the podcast by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner, that takes place in the fictional town of Night Vale, where a radio broadcast tells the tales of mysteries and supernatural conspiracies. For over a decade, Jeffrey has been building the world of Night Vale with their podcast, touring, live shows, and novels, said Joseph Fink. about the new game. We cannot wait for people to finally get to step into that world themselves and start telling their own stories about a weird little desert town. In the RPG, players can use pre-generated characters or create a citizen to portray in this world. The game is going to include rules and guidelines for players to fully immerse themselves in the world of Night Vale. Again, another really popular property that Renegades got in their hands on. I really hope that they put together something special with this one, because Night Vale is flush with wonderfully weird, creepy little cryptids and strange stories about planes and auditoriums and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I hope it rocks.
I know my stance on spooky horror is very well known in this circle. Um, the stance being a hard no. But I will say, Welcome to
Mhm.
Night Vale. It piqued my interest.
Okay.
I listened to at least 100 different episodes. I really liked it a lot. I think it blended spooky and comedy really well without anything being terrifying or like really, really scary. They rode that line really, really well, at least enough for me. But before we move on, I just wanted to give my favorite Welcome to Night Vale quote. It was an ad for the NRA, actually. Um, The NRA would like to make an announcement. Guns don't kill people. Guns can't kill anyone. We are all immune to bullets, and it's a miracle. I think that was really funny. And it's a great segue into our next board game. It's all about cured meats. Peter, would you like to tell us all about it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm still a little confused over that last thing, but yeah. Okay, so let's definitely move on. Charcuterie, the board game. Oh, I signed up for this article thinking it was about the food. Oh, well, no, I'm just okay. The Charcuterie, the board game. This article is brought to us by Jeffrey Dom Sanchez at ICV2. Break out your serving boards, your cured meats, and accoutrements as you prepare to create a delicious display of eye-catching appetizers in Charcuterie, the board game. Third World Studios will release Charcuterie the board game, a tile drafting game, into retail on September 4, 2024. In Charcuterie, designed by Whitney Lorraine and Josh Camden, players are tasked with arranging a charcuterie plate for a final presentation to guests. They will draft various food tiles out of a bag in an attempt to meet goals, that's MEET, goals, follow recipes, and maximize points on their board. The player that presents the best plate by completing objectives will win the game. This is a delicious appetizer of a game you've been looking for to serve to all the new or reluctant gamers in your life, whilst providing experienced players with a spread of variable goals, recipes, and ways to maximize their boards to win. This makes each game unique and packed with tasty choices. The game is for 2 to 6 players, ages 14 and up, and will retail for $40. So I will say the part about a recipe, when I mentioned recipes, I kind of misread it the first time because I thought maybe it would include recipes. Now I don't think it will, but I think we should all, write in like a letter write-in campaign. Say yes, we would like some charcuterie recipes included in the game, actual recipes that we could go make. Don't you think?
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, I don't know what the meats were sick with. I'm just glad they're cured.
Ah, yeah, like that.
Ah!
How long were you sitting on that, Noir? Be
The
honest.
whole time. The whole time. I was
time.
like, the moment there's a break, I'm doing it. I'm going for it.
Peter, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
What does the charcuterie recipe look like? Don't you just pick meats and cheeses, put it on a plate, and then serve it up? I mean,
Javion, please. I mean, no. I mean,
oh god.
in fact, I have been contemplating as I'm learning to cook that maybe charcuterie might be my next exploration, my next. But no, it's like the sauces and the garnishes, and yes, the meats and the cheese. But you got to get the right meats and the right cheeses, and a good charcuterie is excellent. I mean, it's always family style. Everybody can kind of dish in and grab
An
whatever
amuse
they want.
bouche.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
The charcuterie is really important to get. It's good.
You know what? You know what else sounds like a moose bouche? Asmodee. This next article comes to us from Mike Didymus True of Board Game Wire, and it's all about Asmodee's acquisition of Board Game Arena. It's no secret that I'm a big fan of Board Game Arena. I've been playing board games this whole time. Just kidding. Board Game Arena is a platform, an online website where you can play board games at your own pace. You can either play real time or you can set up games kind of like chess by mail, where you can have board games going, several of them at a time. I just checked and it looks like I have 15 games going on right now, and a couple of them I'm close to being over time on. So as soon as this stream is over, I'm going to run over and start playing. Board Game Arena has only surged in popularity, and it has just hit 10 million accounts, which is very, very encouraging for the online gaming community. Now, Bonsai, I got a question for you. What's the first thing that pops up in your mind? What's the first fear that you might have if I told you you could play hundreds of board games for free online?
No saves.
No saves? No. Well, as it turns out, the game is very good at saving your progress and even hiding information from your opponents really well. One of my biggest fears was that, oh, what if there's like a ton of competition between different board games and they start pulling their games off? Or what if it's taking retail sales away? Well, actually, it's had the exact opposite effect. Because as it turns out, one of the people who actually helps run Board Game Arena, in a quote, said, hey, what happens when you go play a game? You usually want to go buy it afterwards. And that's Board Game Arena has only led to more and more physical sales of board games. So I couldn't be any more thrilled that they've hit this milestone. And I hope that Board Game Arena only serves to get more and more board games on its platform. It has risen a little bit in price from $24 a year to $36. But let's be honest, it was unrealistic from the very beginning. So, I mean, paying all of these royalties to all of these board game designers for using their game on your platform, you're going to need to raise the prices eventually. I just think it was unattainable. So awesome job. Great work with Board Game Arena. This can only mean very, very good things for people like me who want to play board games with people overseas, but can't really afford a plane ticket. I can afford a premium subscription instead. All right, so we got one final headline here before we got to move on to our next segment here. Bonsai, would you like to tell us a little bit more of the Baldur's Gate and D&D film news?
Yes, thank you to Timothy Lindward for this article. Timothy Lindward at Wargamer for this article. The Hugo Awards, the most prestigious award in science fiction, recently announced this year's winners, and D&D came up with a roundabout winner in 2 categories. So Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves, won Best Dramatic Presentation, long form, beating out films like Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse, and Barbie. And Baldur's Gate 3 won Best Game or Interactive Work, beating out titles like Star Wars, Jedi Survivor, and Dredge, which is awesome. That I like it's really, really cool to see that they expand. Like the Hugo Award has expanded into video games, like movies and stuff, and so it's just nice to see that a lot of these like things that we wouldn't think would become popular getting awards nowadays. Especially, yeah, so like essentially Dungeons and Dragons got 2 wins because Baldur's Gate is kind of like playing Dungeons and Dragons, and Dungeons and Dragons itself, the movie, got an award, so that's cool.
I think if you're gonna do science fiction awards, it's definitely gonna dip into like D&D territory eventually, or at least like RPG territory. And video games, absolutely. I mean, that's where I learned a lot about like science fiction stuff, is actually by playing video games, because I never watched any of the TV. I couldn't sit still long enough to watch anything, especially Star Trek. Sorry, guys.
No. It's really cool. I am surprised that Barbie is considered a kind of transportation into another world, because you go into the real world at Barbie World. And so I was like, oh, that's why it's considered sci-fi. So
there you go. Okay.
There you go. So in case people were wondering, I know people are like, how did this get in there? But that's
the stretch. I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
But that's all it is.
I think it's great. I think that this is only really, really good news, because that means we're definitely on track for another D&D movie, as hard as it was to make this first one. And we all knew there's going to be another Baldur's Gate. I mean, this is only the third one. They're not going to stop till they've hit 40. Like, come on.
I want these cowards to be brave enough to mix both of them and give me Barbie's Gate.
Barbie's Gate. Ooh. Mattel. Time to get into some actual video games, not that GameCube stuff that you started making. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll right into our next segment here. That's going to be it for our headlines. And now it is time for all to rise for Crowdfunder Court.
Welcome to Crowdfunder Court. Here come the judges. Prepare to be judged. All right, court is now in session.
Oh, Your Honor, if I may approach the bench, I would like to present for the court's consideration, the Cosmere RPG. This is currently being funded on Kickstarter. It has raised, whether the court approves or not, it has raised $7.8 million from 27,000 backers and still has 14 days to go. Holy cow. Beginning with the Stormlight Archive and expanding to Mistborn, this original tabletop RPG will grow to support the entire Cosmere of the Brandon Sanderson best-selling fantasy novels. The Cosmere role-playing game is a new system that encompasses the entire universe of Brandon Sanderson's best-selling novels. The original RPG launches in 2025 with the Stormlight World Guide, Stormlight Handbook, and Stormlight Stonewalker's Adventure. It expands to include Mistborn in 2026 with a steady rollout of new worlds and adventures for years to come. This is a living RPG that will grow as Brandon Sanderson expands the universe of Cosmere novels, designed to tell standalone stories in each setting or sweeping world hopper campaigns that move between different planets. In the Cosmere RPG, heroes can be found on every world, warriors, scholars, and leaders, but each world has its own unique character, options, and magic systems. The initial books focus on the Stormlight Archive planet, Roshar, a war-torn world infused with power where oaths can be more powerful than armies. In Roshar, you can play Artifibrian and decipher the secrets of Sprin as a scholar who create technology powered by investiture, or Shardbearer, and arm yourself with a shard blade and shard plate to turn the tide of any battle, or Knight Radiant and bond a Sprin and speak words to unlock the awesome power of Surge Binding. As the Cosmere RPG expands, harness the metallic arts in the world of Scadrial. In Era 1, become a legendary Mistborn, or Furgeist during the apocalyptic days of the Final Empire. Or leap ahead to the skyscrapers and gunslingers of Era 2 when Twin-born face threats from other worlds, coming in 2026. And so on. The Cosmere RPG is being published by Brotherwise Games, which is founded by two brothers obsessed with tabletop games and geek culture. Over the past decade, they have released hit games like Boss Monster and Call to Adventure. Since 2018, Brotherwise has worked closely with Brandon Sanderson's Dragonsteel Entertainment and is now the exclusive partner for tabletop games in the Cosmere universe.
This is really cool. I love the heroic paths. This is like quintessential video game RPGs to me, like picking a path, like branching off into different areas that you can unlock and stuff like that for your character creation. A plus, absolutely. Sustained, overruled. Great job, Peter. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, I feel like that's all we've got for Table Takes today. What an amazing show. We had so much news, so many new announcements. Folks, we've got plenty more coming up right after this. Peter, why don't you tell us all about it?
Oh, I would love to, Javion. Yes, this concludes an amazing episode of Table Takes, but don't go far because in just a couple hours, we will have Sarah's Table, where a couple of con artists walk into a ball with thievery on their mind. But will their fake marriage create real feelings? Or can they keep their eyes on the prize in the game Eyes on the Prize? Today at 5 p.m. Pacific time, right here on Gen Con TV. Monday, we will have me playing Peter versus Machine, and I'm starting a new game, and I'm going to do something I've always wanted to do, which is I'm going to create a random scenario in the moment with a Civ that I've never played before. So we will talk through, how do we play this Civ? And I'll be making it up as I go. So that should be fun, or it could be very embarrassing. We'll see, but I'm used to that. Then at 6 p.m. on Monday, we will have more RPG and cosplay with Dress to Quest. On Tuesday, it's Indie My Night, but The Hunted. After the cell has taken some time in the hospital, they work together to gather information on what their next step is in destroying all of the Monsteros. We'll see how that goes. Wednesdays, we have miniatures painting with Path of the Brush at 4 p.m. Pacific. Then Actoroki with Burning Saratov and a new Dungeon Master for Burning Saratov. I am, yes, stepping aside. I will still be there as the world expert. But Damon Van He is taking over the Dungeon Master chair for Burning Saratov this coming Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Thursday morning at 10 a.m., we have our amazing Blood on the Clock Tower, the ultimate game of social deduction and social deception. And then join us again at 5 p.m. on Thursday for some Shadowrun with Roll with Rem alternates, and often very intriguing interviews as well. Then Friday, 2 p.m., Table Takes. That's right, back here for more Table Takes at 2 p.m. And we're still trying to figure out how to do that show because we're all going to be together in Seattle for that show somehow. We'll see what happens. It's going to be fun because then we're going to have a party afterwards during Sarah's table. Thank you to all the Gen Con TV crew, Marcus May, Steve Cotter, Jim Slonikowski, Sarah Moore, and Tanel Lovett. Thank you to my delightful co-hosts, Javion Smith, Bonsai Baysby, and the Noir Enigma. And thanks most of all to all of you for watching and hanging out with us in chat. Also, remember, please follow Gen Con TV for more of the best 4 days in gaming all year long. And by follow, I mean, please click the follow button. Thank you. That's it. Goodbye. Have a great weekend.
Bye.